So he says, he shall not make himself unclean for his father or for his mother, for his brother or his sister. When they die, now if you read before, he's talking about a Nazarite life. Because the consecration of his God is upon his head. That's a Nazarite. First go to verse 12, very fast. Verse 12. And he shall consecrate unto the Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb of the first year for a trespass offering. But the days that were before shall be lost, because his separation was defiled. Now, in other words, here he's saying that if you tamper with your consecration, there is a way where you lose everything. And you can't make up for it. It says, because his separation was defiled. You're building up something, and the enemy is targeting that which gives you the power, that which is your consecration. That's where his divine power flows to you. And he does all he can to come after it, to tamper with it, such that when he messes you up, in the realm of the spirit, I've seen these things. In the realm of the spirit, someone is accumulating something, and accumulating something, and accumulating something. And before it breaks out, the enemy comes and messes them up and defiles that consecration. And now he says, and he shall consecrate unto the Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb of the first year. Now, obviously, this is the old covenant, but it's a shadow of what happens in the realm of the spirit, for the trespass offering. But the days that were before shall be lost, because his separation was defiled. And then you see someone going back to ground zero and again trying to build something up. I'm telling you, when you walk in the realm of the spirit, there are things which you don't just take for granted. A person who walks in the realm of the spirit is alive, is awake, is serious. You don't mess with them. When someone comes to mess with you, with what is consecrating, you mess them up. I'm telling you. Hallelujah. So now what they did, they realized that this guy here, his weakness was Philistine women. So they saw the Philistine woman. The time he had actually fought, he wanted to marry some lady. And then the parents didn't want to, because of, he was supposed to marry, he didn't want to marry a remnant. But then, this guy, he refused, and he had to fight on the wedding day. Fought guys. And the woman ended up marrying some other guy anyway. I don't know how we've gotten there. But you see, so they sent him, Delilah, who came to him and then steadily tried to find out his strength, the secret to his strength and his power. And then he gives her false leads, because he gathered it. He knew it was spiritual. But at some point, so you mean you don't love me? You don't love me? Let me. Then that is where the guy breaks down. And so you consider that prophet more than you consider me. Many of you have gone through that, I can. It gets to that. It's not a joke. And they have given you appointments, they have given you stuff, and they are clashing with your consecration. And then all of a sudden, you see, so you have to choose between me. This is what happened. Now, Judges chapter 16, verse 15. And she said unto him, how can you say, I love you, when your heart is not with me? You have mocked me these 3 times and has not told me where your great strength lies. Verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words, daily saying, with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death. Say, this woman, man, Verse 17. That he told her all his heart. This guy broke down. All his heart, and said unto her, there has not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. In other words, he was consecrated unto God, and that's why God took over him. And that's why I'm saying that there are things about you until they are taken over, consecrated unto God, they will still remain human. They will still remain natural until they are consecrated unto God. The people who have their jobs and their heart is unto the Lord, People who have their bosses, and then, the time comes when you are brought to this point where it is either going to be consecrated and takes on the form and level of God, or you're going to let it be run outside. That way. And then it will still remain human.